Hey everybody, hey! I always have to kind of give a buffer when I start a video because I'm never sure. I'm looking down here waiting for the timer. It's confusing, especially if you've been drinking wine, which I have. And drinking wine and reading my favorite book, which is called How to Read a Book. It's my favorite one. I love things like this, but that's not part of my love and hate tonight, or my hate and love. I like to end on the love. Leave everyone the positive impression. So tonight I've been sipping, drinking, Freak Show Cabernet, 14.5% alcohol. Hello. Mm, and very good. I, look, I got a little bit of it. Anyway, it is very good, even though I made that face. I love it. I buy wine for a good taste, for a good time, and for a good price. I just made that up. I really like that. I'm going to write that down. Um, Freak Show Cabernet, obviously, I bought it at first because of the bottle. I don't have it with me because if I bring the bottle over to where I'm sitting, I'm going to finish the bottle. So I try just to bring a glass full now because, you know, not that I don't deserve it, but there's just something not right, or is it perfect, about me getting hammered here in my cabin by myself. Not that I'm by myself. I have 16 fucking cats to share my good time with. So I give them a bunch of tuna and catnip and make myself a nice tasty steak dinner or something and have a couple glasses of Freak Show. You know what I mean? That doesn't even work. Anyway. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. The catnip is taking effect, except it's making someone cranky. We may hear a fight in the background. Don't worry, everyone's well taken care of. They just occasionally have a little roommate squabbles. We'll get to how much I need you to adopt or foster my cats or donate at the end of this. But right now, we're talking about the wine, which is very good. Excuse me. I recommend it. 8 out of 10 thumbs up. And be adventurous, but I don't I I hate spending money on a new wine and it being bad. So I do have my favorites that I stick to, but if I read a good recommendation, I'll give it a shot. Yes, I'm kind of a wine snob now. I read the labels. Again, mostly looking for the alcohol content. I mean, if it doesn't have a high alcohol content, what is the point? I could just drink some apple juice. Seriously, do you know how much money you're wasting on wine or beer or whatnot that has 5% alcohol? That's ridiculous. Have half a glass of a good wine with a 14% alcohol content rather than 3 glasses of basically fruit juice. Or have the 3 glasses of the 14% wine. Life is short. Anyway, what I hate and what I love today. I hate. They're very disparate, different things too. They're two sides of the scale. What I hate tonight is willful ignorance. What is that? Will somebody explain that to me? Why you would want to stay ignorant? What, because it's easier? It's like you just don't look at something. Oh, look, now it doesn't exist. No, it's still there. You're just not seeing it. And of course, this is all brought about by the most recent election and the last 10 years. And will someone explain it to me? I go to therapy once a week and I can't even figure it out. And I talked to my therapist about it, and she explains it to me, or we work it out together, but it doesn't, it's like, why would you choose to be ignorant? Why would you choose to ignore reality? Because it's hard, because it's painful. Okay, but it's reality. Like, it's just, and let me explain. I spent a lot of years of my life, like 90% of my life, in what is my disassociating because of trauma, blah blah blah. We don't need to get into that, whatever. So if I didn't want to deal with something, I just put it away. La, it's gone. La, it's gone. But it wasn't willful ignorance. It was that I had no idea how to cope until I started going to therapy. My only way of coping was, oh, I can't deal with this. Bye bye. Put it in a pod. There were like all these. To me, they look like little satellites of pods where I would just hide things so I wouldn't have to deal with them. That's a coping mechanism when you've had trauma in your life of a certain type. I get it. But when someone comes into your life to tell you the truth, or when you seek it out and it's there in front of your face and someone tells you the truths, and why would you choose literally say no, I'd rather stay blind. I'd rather stay blind because it's difficult, because it's hard. That doesn't make any sense because it's difficult and it's hard, but it's the truth. So if somebody can work through that with me, that would be awesome. I mean, I understand why. I just don't understand why you would like, okay, it's hard, but okay, but it's reality. Okay. So that's what I hate. What I love, Reese's peanut butter cups. I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. I freaking love Reese's peanut butter cups. Don't you? Doesn't everybody? Where were we? How were we existing before this came into our lives? Now, a couple years ago, I went through detox. The summer of 2022, I think it was. Um, my therapist said to me, "Well, you're considering all these different options for quitting the sugar addiction or for losing weight. Why don't you just make a pact this summer to not have any sugar or chocolate for 3 months?" What? What? My entire summer went black and white in my head, and I was like, instantaneously, I saw that, and at the same time was just like, oh my god, I'm a real actual addict. Like, we kid about the addiction to sugar and the addiction to chocolate, and I'll be the first one to say it is not at all as detrimental or as devastating to your life as an addiction to alcohol or drugs or gambling or sex or hoarding or anything else that you're addicted to. This is kind of, if I wanted to, while I was working full time, I could slip out at noontime and eat a cake and come back to work, and I was not compromised, other than gaining weight and maybe not feeling so great. But I could still go back to work in perfect, even better concentration because I was on a sugar and chocolate high, uh, and no one would know the difference. And I kind of ate like that for a long time, not so much at lunchtime, but I'm that person who would go to a party, have a little bit of whatnot at the party, but on the way home, I would buy a giant half-gallon ice cream and a cake and whatever, and go home and watch TV and eat it. Maybe not eat the whole cake and the whole, but a good portion. It wasn't like I cut myself a slice. I would sit with the cake. So I had to quit that, and I totally get it. And I'm now able to control myself and to say once every couple of months, you know what? I'm going to get Stephen Colbert's Americone ice cream, Ben and Jerry's, one of my favorite things. But I cannot tell you what a Reese's peanut butter cup tastes like to me now. It is Nirvana. I mean, it is the best. That crunch at the edge. I'm telling you, I would take it over sex in a heartbeat. If that stuff, if Reese's peanut butter cups didn't make you fat, didn't make you like feel bad, didn't make the chemicals in your body and your blood pressure and everything go crazy, I would eat them for lunch, dinner, okay, breakfast. I would eat them all the time. So I love Reese's peanut butter cups. They're the number one as far as I'm concerned. The best candy ever created. How do I segue that into cats? And my cats think catnip is the best thing ever created. My cats think, oh, I'm trying to think of what they love. The tender vittles? Not tender vittles. Um, oh, I can't think of instead of buying those little bags of treats, okay, and that cost a ridiculous amount of money, buy your cats tuna fish every once in a while, or buy them a bag of, oh, I wish I could remember the name of it. Um, it's expensive. They have little dry food packets of it that cost you way much more than a 5 pound bag or something like that. But tender, not tender vittles. Ugh, I wish I could remember the name. I will. I'll put it in the notes. But they love that. So I'm segueing into cats. I'm trying to segue. It's not working. So I'm just going to be like, okay, now I'm talking about cats. I have too many cats and I would love to find homes for them. So if you can adopt, if you can foster, if you can donate, even, you can go to tipthechick.com to donate. If you can, get a Chewy gift card for food, whatever you can give, please let me know. And you can email me at, I'm trying to think of how I would want to say, you can email me at PATTYKEOUGH.com. You can go to tipthechick.com. You can go to PATTYKEOUGH.com. Or you can go to thatchickwesawlastnight.com. You know how you wake up the next morning with a hangover and you're like, who was that chick we saw last night? .com. To get information on how to donate and help me out. I've got too many. I want to find homes for them. Thank you guys. Have a great night.